from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Saturday, December 16th. So today we do have the moon in Aquarius all day. And of course, that provides us an opportunity to kind of detach from our emotions, act as the observer, see the greater, grander picture, and really examine the areas of our lives, the obstacles, the challenges, the issues, if you will, that are really presenting themselves very loud, very much in our faces, because of course the Aquarian energy is going to help us solve some of these issues, really show us where it is that there is a path less explored in order to get around some of these issues. We're looking for improvement, we're looking for freedom, we're looking for liberation, we're looking for progress. We are definitely going to find that in our emotional realm with this moon in Aquarius energy. So there are 9 different aspects taking place here today. 8 of them are going to involve the moon. Because there is this intense focus on our inner realm to figure out our new selves, to figure out our new worth, our new values, our new ideas, our new path moving forward. And of course, being a little bit blurred at this particular point in time because of Mercury's retrograde, we're really starting to have some intense thoughts, some intense discussions need to be had. Again, Venus over there in that Scorpio energy doing a deep dive into the shadow part of our true passions, of our true desires, and equally our fears, our doubts, our insecurities. With that Scorpio energy, we're in detective mode. So we want to get to the heart and soul, the truth of the matter on who and what makes us happy, who and what does not, and who and what is going to help us with this safety, with the security in trying to reach new goals. Of course, we are making a lot of different changes and adjustments and refinements to our physical realm at this time, but of course, it all has to happen from our inner realm first and foremost, starting with our emotions, starting with our mental plane. We have to visualize, we have to get our heart and head in alignment before we can go ahead and engage the physical body to take action and make moves in our physical realm. The moon in this Aquarian energy going to make a positive interaction with Mercury. Mercury, of course, is retrograde in this Capricorn energy, but this is offering us an opportunity to get our heart, to get our head in alignment. Again, the moon in this Aquarian energy offering us the perspective from the greater, grander observer type of picture, and Mercury really grounded, really anchored out, very logical, very practical in our approach to where it is that some issues, some blockages, some challenges can be overwritten and overcome, but it is going to require us to do the right thing, which of course is the hard thing, and that may include creating some distance, some space in our personal relationships. Now, nonetheless, this is giving us the perfect opportunity to have conversations, to have serious conversations without our emotions really fogging up this particular dialogue. We are very straightforward, very to the point, very matter of fact, and this is something that is going to really benefit us all in speaking the truth, laying the facts as it is and not for the way that we wished it would be, and really kind of lay it all out there to see what it is that the other person, meeting us halfway or not meeting us halfway, has to say about some of these new revelations. The moon is then going to semi-square with the sun. The sun, of course, shining a bright light in this Sagittarius energy, really pushing us to stand in a new version of ourselves, stand in a new truth, stand in a new perspective, really align with a new vision, new goal, new dream, really push the boundaries, test our comfort zone, so to speak. We are still very much in this discovery mode. But of course, when we have the moon and the sun come together in any kind of interaction, there's an awareness that comes out of our unconscious self where the moon rules. And we are going to shine a bright light on that, a very optimistic, very positive type of light due to the sun being in Sagittarius energy. This is likely having to do with our bigger picture vision, our bigger picture goals, if you will, and recognizing where it is that we still have some details to work out. And much of that is because there is a very strong part of us still very much holding on to the old. That old version of self, that old way of thinking, that old way of reacting, that old way of just responding to the world around us. And of course, we are being challenged at this point to rise up out of that, to act as the observer and respond from our higher selves. So this is going to be an aha moment that gets illuminated out of the conflict, out of the tension that we're currently thinking about, that we're currently feeling about, as far as making some of the changes in our physical realm goes. The moon is then going to make a semi-square with Neptune. This is going to put us in a situation where we are very confused, where we're having a hard time seeing the greater, grander vision, the greater, grander picture, and a lot of that because we're too hooked up on the how. How are we going to get there? How are we going to do this? What steps do we have to follow? That is very much, again, the egoic agenda, when we have to just understand that we have to grasp a vision of the picture, of the goal, of the dream in which we are hoping to manifest, and surrender it. Release the how to the cosmos. So because we're kind of in this cluster F of emotion and confusion, the Neptune energy is providing us with this avoidance type of tendency. We don't really want to think about the details right now. We don't want to think about the greater, grander picture. We don't want to really have to kind of put ourselves in a pressurized system to really think about how it is that we're feeling. Instead, we want to bury our head in the sand. We want to live in la la land. We don't want to deal with what is. We would prefer to kind of slip away into this dreamy version fantasy and just conjure up what could be. Of course, delusion versus reality. The moon is then going to make a positive aspect with the North Node in Aries energy. And this is a great energy for us because we're starting to see where it is that we can move forward, where it is that we can piece together a plan. We can see a baby step actually be provided to us. This is putting us more in a mood and an attitude to grow, to heal, to improve, to push through that confusion, push through the resistance that we just kind of faced with that avoidance tendency that got illuminated with Neptune. So we are starting to see where it is that a path forward could actually come together and unfold for us and actually present us with an opportunity to make a move, to take action, to push and propel ourselves forward. However, it doesn't last very long because the moon is then going to get into the boxing ring and square off with Venus. Venus, as I previously mentioned, the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, and money in the Scorpio energy, doing a deep dive in the shadow realm of self. We have to unearth a lot of the hidden details in our unconscious self, in our pain, in our trauma, looping narrative that is actually preventing us from doing what it is that we know that we have to do to drop the dead weight of our current situation, circumstances, and relationship dynamics in order to actually stand a chance of manifesting this goal, this vision, this dream that we're currently having of the future. This is where our emotions that are very intense because of Venus in Scorpio energy conflicting with the detachment that we're trying to do in our emotional realm due to the moon being in Aquarius energy. One thing we love about Aquarius energy and Scorpio energy is that they're both fixed signs, which means that we're looking to stabilize, we're looking to find some kind of common ground. And the Aquarius energy, that is the visionary energy, again, acting as the observer, can see the big picture, is providing us a lot of details, a lot of hints and clues on where the Scorpio energy in this present moment can focus on the details that may be blocking us from bringing that vision, that goal, that dream into fruition. So we are really starting to challenge our old set of values, our old priorities, our old relationship dynamics, our old emotions with some of the new aspects that we know that we have to get over, that we have to push through, that we have to overcome before we're going to be free to kind of create a new path for us moving into the future. The moon is then going to sextile Chiron, the wounded healer, who of course is retrograde in Aries energy, helping us to kind of develop this new identity, to stand very strong in who it is that we are, to anchor into who it is that not only we are becoming, but who it is that we need to be in order to attract some of the situations, the scenarios, the circumstances that we're currently trying to manifest. Emotionally speaking, we are in a different mood, different attitude. We want to grow, we want to heal, we want to improve, we want to break free from some of the restrictions that are at this particular point in time holding us back from actually seeing how it is that we're going to get from this particular point A, to point B, which is of course the futuristic vision, the goal, the dream that we're looking to actually manifest. The moon then goes ahead and sextiles Mars. Mars is the god of war, ruling over our physical energy, our drive, our passion, our desires, even our anger. He's in Sag energy, a fire energy. This is why we have ants in our pants. This is why we have a restless energy to us. But this is a positive interaction, which means that we are kind of piecing together this end goal, this situation, this scenario that we're trying to build to. And we're really starting to percolate on building in that inspiration, in that motivation, really tapping into a new new perseverance and new determination that we have to have in order to kind of push through some of the blockages, some of the challenges that up until this point, we really weren't feeling well equipped or well prepared to bulldoze through. The moon is going to get into the boxing ring and square off with Uranus. Now, Uranus rules over this Aquarian energy, so this is going to be very intense. Uranus, of course, is retrograde in Taurus energy, trying to show us where in our physical realm we've been praying for change, but we're not doing anything to get out of our own damn way to answer the door when opportunity knocks. This particular interaction is definitely going to show where in our emotions, in our thoughts, in our mental plane, in our physical body, in our circumstances, where we're actually the problem, where we're creating more of a situation and a circumstance than there actually needs to be. We're the one complicating the particular, I'm going to say, issues that we're having a hard time letting go of or working through. Emotionally speaking, this is going to bring in a lot of anxiety, a lot of anticipation, a lot of electricity into the physical body, but that's actually needed in order to shake us up, wake us up, understand where it is, again, that we have been spending a lot of time, a lot of energy trying to conjure up this new vision, new dream, but yet we're not doing anything to kind of help manifest it. We're not doing anything to bring it to life. We're not even doing anything to clear the stage, to clean the slate in order for these new aspects, these new elements to enter in. The last thing that we have going on here today is the sun in Sagittarius energy, getting into the boxing ring and squaring off with Neptune. This isn't going to feel good either. It's where we're kind of low on energy, we're low on F's to give, we're losing inspiration, motivation, we're losing sight of some of the things that we felt very excited about. We are lacking in inspiration, lacking in imagination. We're not even really aligned with our higher self, with our intuition. We're feeling very unmotivated. We're very much realizing where it is that we've been a little bit too anchored into this physical realm and not anchored enough into our spiritual realm. We have to balance those particular situations, those particular energies out in order for us not to struggle. There is going to be some unexpected events coming at us in the coming days as we approach this solstice energy that is going to put us on a path, if you will, that is a major detour from where it is that we thought that we would be. This is definitely going to turn the volume up on our fears, on our doubts, mostly our uncertainty. And if you want to sit in uncertainty and really create fear and confusion around all the things that you don't know, instead of holding on and grounding into all the things that you do know, that is absolutely your choice. But it is going to create a situation and energy that has us feeling a little bit lost, a little bit confused, a little bit in the dark, and definitely unmotivated.